The Ghanaian players as what is done, I see as cohesiveness. The Super Eagles is yet to have a team because they are yet to understand themselves. I watched Ghana game against the 1-5-0. You have to see how they play, how they complement themselves from defense line to the midfield to the attack. We are yet to see it in the national team.
To me, I feel the Ghanaian squad is better and more committed than the Nigerian squad.
Welcome back to EVO Sports. Today we are discussing a very important topic as well. We're talking about Nigeria. Are they still the African giant? Considering the fact that Super Eagles have not been doing well on the continent in terms of football right now, and then we have some other African countries like Ghana who have been performing well, who have qualified for the World Cup. We have Ivory Coast as well. We have Cameroon who are doing well also. Can Nigeria still be considered an African giant? Are we still living on the past glory, or we are living on the present glory, or we supposed to have switched the African giant to have given it to maybe Ghana, South Africa, or Ivory Coast? But Ghana as the closest rivals of Nigerian football today. Gentlemen, welcome to the show. Mr. Albert.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Kema, welcome to the show. So I start with you today. We have Ghana. They have been doing well recently, and although even they came to Abuja, they stopped Nigeria from going to the World Cup. The last time they played qualified 1-1 draw at home. So what is your thought about the debate about Nigeria being the giant of Africa in football?
For now, I don't think Nigeria is the giant of Africa in football. I think many other African countries have overtaken us in that regard. Like, talked about Ghana. We first of all look at the coaching aspect of Ghana. The coach of Ghana is Otto Addo. He was born in Hamburg, 1975. He played virtually all his career, professional football career, in Germany. Then, once the head coach of Hamburg under 19, later became an assistant coach in Nordjylland, later became an assistant coach in Borussia Dortmund. So you can see his CV is very healthy compared to our own Nigerian coach. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm getting you.
He is the one that lifted Ghanaian football to where it was, to the level it is now. Because already Ghanaian football was already in shambles before he was called upon. So when he came back, he came on board. He lifted Ghanaian football to the level it is now. Now, he has qualified Ghana to the World Cup. And Ghana is the 5th country that has qualified. So, as I have said, I think I rate Otto Addo ahead of Nigerian coach. In that Ghanaian team, we have 2 home-based players there. One of their goalkeepers, Freddy Gasare, and one of their defensive midfielders, something, I can't really remember his name now, but I think his name is Prince Owosu. He plays for Memema of Ghana. That's a club in Ghana there. So they have 2 home-based players. But in Nigeria, do we have home-based players playing for the Super Eagles? The answer is no. How will you even invite Nigerian home-base when they lost to Sudan 4-0 in the just concluded CHAN?
After losing, does it mean that there's no 1 or 2 good players here that we can even see?
For now, since our league is not good, I don't think we can get any good player in the Nigerian league. There might be, but how will you scout them? That's another thing. So if we talk about in terms of the squad, in Ghanaian squad, to me, that's my own opinion. I feel the Ghanaian squad is better and more committed than the Nigerian squad, Nigerian players.
Okay, I'll still come back to you, but firstly, so your take, Ghanaian squad is better.
Ghanaian team.
There's a difference between being better or be considered as giant of Africa, because that is my question. Because to be a giant of Africa, you must have stamped your mark, yes, authority, not just 1 year, not just 2 years, but in terms of statistics all over Africa, Nations Cup award, winning matches, even representing the continent in World Cup, you understand? So for you now, do you think that Ghanaian squad, the Black Stars of Ghana, are far doing well for the past few years more than the Super Eagles?
Truly, the Ghanaian squad have really done pretty well, better than the Super Eagles. It's only that they've not won any major trophy. Nigeria last won the Nations Cup in 2013. But since then, I can't remember the last time Ghana won the trophy. They won the Nations Cup. I strongly believe it was in the days of them Abedi Pele. But presently, I can rate the Ghanaian team better than the Nigerian team based on their commitment.
And their current form.
Okay.
Thank you. Mr. Albert, so what do you have to say?
You see, the term giant is a concept. It's a concept of reality. You understand? It's a statement of fact. Whatsoever stand Goliathan is supposed to be higher than all by nature. Now, Nigeria is not the giant of Africa because of certain factors and certain indices. It's no longer the giant of Africa due to some certain indices. The time we were giant is spanning 16 years, between 1980 and 1996. Between these 16 years, we had 3 trophies. Yes. 1980 Nations Cup, we hosted and won. 1994 Nations Cup, under the watchful eyes of Clement Westham, we won. Atlanta 96, under Bonfrey Joe. Now, between these 16 years, we had 3 trophies. And we had influx, you understand, of players, both from the local league, as we trade them away to the international scene. And they were players that were committed. They were players that were business-like, not people that plays to the gallery. So now the sobriquet of Giant of Africa is no more with Nigeria. That other countries now that are competing. Now, the other time again we proved the middle was in 2013. That 2013, we were even underrated because of the injections of about 8 home-based players in the team. Yeah. You understand? Because of the fans are always quick to react to some certain things. That's why one thing I said about the Nigerian fans, they will be quick to fixing the blame even before the game starts. If late coach Stephen Keshi, blessed memories, have lost that game or maybe won a bronze medal, it would have been criticized that they took home-based players to the tournament. So this generation, I want to call them golden generation, though one existed years before now, they are golden generation. But the word giant of Africa in terms of football has left us. In the last Nations Cup, Cote d'Ivoire won. They are still the reigning African champion. They are now the giant of Africa. You understand? So the word giant, you must stand above every other person. If giants stand in a mix of human beings, you cannot identify the giants. So for now, in present football in Africa, Nigeria is far away from being the African giant.
From the ranking.
From the ranking, we're far away from being the giant of Africa.
In terms of the individual play, we talk about maybe compare like the last 2 African best player of the year has been Victor Osimhen transferring to Ademola Lookman, which is a very good thing for the Super Eagles and for the Nigerian national team. Now, comparing that, there's no Ghanaian that have come close to that for the past recent year. But of course, we have some of their players really doing well, especially in the EPL. We have Semenyo, we have Kudus in Tottenham, Semenyo in Bournemouth. Now, we is almost worth. We have Partey in Villarreal. Semenyo is almost worth about £75 million now that Arsenal is already bidding for. So, will you say that by individual play or by football standard, Nigeria have produced better players than the Black Stars?
In recent time, I think Ghanaians have produced a more business-like footballer than Nigerians. We're talking about recent time as football has evolved over the years. You made mention of African best, Victor Osimhen, Ademola Lookman. Don't forget, they won the African best not because of their impact
for the national
team. It was their impact in the club. Back-to-back games, week to week, and goals. And Osimhen won the league. He was consistent in terms of goal scoring. Ademola Lookman succeeded him the next season, winning the Europa and scoring 3 goals, first ever 3 goals in the Europa Cup final.
But national team is part of the criteria. Osimhen was the top goal scorer for Super
What was Mustafa Aji playing in the national team that he won African best in 1990 when he was playing for Coventry City? You see, the fact is that we don't know the real criterion that is used, the yardstick, the indices that is used to give an African best, even the world best, because it comes with a lot of controversy and all of that. So the thing here is this: the Ghanaian players has what is known I see as cohesiveness. They have a team. The Super Eagles is yet to have a team because they are yet to understand themselves. I watched Ghana game against the 150. You have to see how they play, how they complement themselves from defense line to the midfield to the attack. We are yet to see it in the national team. When we are watching a Super Eagles football now, we're trying to pick out 1 or 2 players that we feel are supposed to perform outstandingly. But it's not supposed to be like that. Because when you feel Osimhen is supposed to perform 100%, you may make a mistake. Because we expect that this is a team of 11 players. They're supposed to perform 10%. Don't forget, let me just use a little bit of illustration. 2002 World Cup, Brazil won. Victor Roque Jr., Ronaldinho, few of them there were just between the age limit of 19 and 22. They injected them in the team because they believe they have what it takes to fit into that team.
And their keeper in that tournament was an home-based keeper.
Yes, was an home. Yes. So what is there is that the Ghanaians, the coach, you made mention of Ado that was born in Germany.
Yes, the
He
coach,
knows the right
Otto
infusion.
Addo.
He knows the right player to put on the
And
pitch
to
to
use it,
complement,
yes.
their style of play. But Nigeria, we are yet to
You are
no,
totally
yes, even
confused.
our formation, we are yet to stamp the kind of formation we are playing. So the players don't even know yet, because I just hope our 2 friendly matches going to be coming up by November. We'll use that friendly match to know. Let him improvise the player for him to know whom is supposed to be his first team player and whom next to invite. That's just it.